All right, now see, it's understanding only system prompt. Here we go. So your chatbot is ready, Be Bright Session Assistant. See, ask me anything about Be Bright Session videos. This is the whole chatbot. This is your input box. So let's now deploy the same chatbot somewhere on the cloud. Create public chatbot so that URL you can provide to your colleague, your friend, or anyone. All right, so it's executed, and in the background, your chatbot is ready. Hello everyone, welcome to the Be Bright Session classes. This is the second class of artificial intelligence. In the last class, we talk about all theoretical stuff where we studied about what is AI, what is agentic AI, what is Gen AI, what are the tools in the market right now, which is uh, providing some genetic AI stuff or the agentic AI stuff. But we didn't do much of practical stuff. In this class, we will do the practical stuff, right? We will use the platform given by the OpenAI, and we will use the platform given by the Azure, which is Azure AI Foundry, right? So these two platforms we will use. Hope you have been set up the OpenAI platform. Last class I told you that you can open the OpenAI platform, you can just sign up and you can create your user, right? Then you will get your API keys. That's something you have to create. Just to learn, you have to do one thing. In the OpenAI, actually, it is a paid account. So you have to spend a little amount, which could be minimum $5. So what I think, if you are eager to learn something, I'm ready to pay that much amount, right? Even though in the Azure AI as well, if you start using it, right, then you have to deploy a agent model. Though it is uh, uh, it works as a pay as you go model. So that means whatever you will use, you have to pay. But in the end, you have to pay. So both stuff is there. In the OpenAI, you have to pay upfront. In the Azure AI Foundry, you have to pay later on. Right? That is the only difference. All right. So that is the stuff. Let's start the journey. Before I move into the practical part, I have small content to talk about in theoretical stuff. I just want to tell you a little bit terminology, right? What normally we talk about when we create or when we use agentic AI, when we use artificial intelligence, there are a lot of terminology words you will hear a lot of time. One is like LLM, context window, prompt, parameters. There are a lot of. Let's talk about very quickly those terminology, and then we will jump on the practical part. All right. So let's open that. All right. So I have opened some notes which I have created, starting with LLM, large language model. Right. So whatever model, that means whatever AI stuff or AI model stuff you heard about it, the companies OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, DeepSeek, Grok, there are a lot of companies which are providing their models. So what we call them, large language model, which are trained with vast amount of text data, right, to understand and generate human like language. And some of the latest models are GPT-5, Claude 4, Gemini 2.5, R1, V3. There are a lot of, right? Then we talk about prompting. So whenever you pass any input to LLM, right, that is prompt. What exactly you are typing, what exactly you want to pass as a message to LLM, right? Now, there are different type of prompt. One is zero shot. That means you are just giving a very generic text. There is not any example or something. You are not describing much. Zero shot, small and sweet. Few shot. That means with few examples you are giving your prompt. For example, you want to calculate some formula, and at the same time you are giving one example as well, and based on that you want LLM to perform calculation on that particular example. Chain of thought where prompt with proper examples and steps. For example, you want to make a presentation, right? And you're giving a whole lot of text that, okay, this is what I want, and on the first title page, then that is the second page, that is the third page. On the title page, I want this image, and the second slide, I want this image. So complete sort of examples or steps you are giving, that is chain of thought, right? And then it helps LLM to generate output according to your need. Now there are two other contexts when we talk about prompt. One is system prompt and user prompt. System prompt, how you want LLM to behave, right? And user prompt, what exactly you are asking. I'll show you one example when we will play with Azure AI Foundry or OpenAI. I'll show you how system prompt works. Token, whatever text you are passing to LLM and what output you are getting from LLM. So both input and output club and total text calculate as a token. Let me describe. So if you can see in my example, let's suppose I say to LLM hello world, right? And in that response, LLM give me some output. Now this hello word becomes tokens, and you can see 3 tokens it calculate: hello, word, and exclamation sign. And the output what it received, which could be anything, that also break into word or special character or alphabets, and then that becomes a token as well. And for example, input is 3 token and output is, let's suppose, 50 token or 100 token, so total become 103 token, right? And that 103 token multiply by the charges taken by that LLM. If you're using any paid account, don't think about ChatGPT, don't think about where you are putting all the text and getting response freely. But everywhere when you want to use latest model, you have to pay, right? And when you pay based on the token. How much text you are giving as an input, how much output you are getting as an output. I have given one example, you can read it. Now parameters. When somebody says that your LLM is having 671 billion parameters, that means that much amount of knowledge that LLM has, right? Now read this, think of them as learned knowledge and rules that AI use to understand and respond to information. Any information, anything which LLM has, that calculate based on the parameters. What parameters you keep giving to that LLM to store. Context window. Normally somebody says, okay, if I'm talking to a particular LLM using ChatGPT or Grok or any other LLM tool, then when you start doing the conversation, right, whatever question you ask first and then you ask second time, that whenever you ask something related to the previous chat, LLM replies accordingly. Why? Because that context window, which we call as a session, that short-term memory keeps that particular data in it, and that is called context window. Now the latest LLM model has good amount of context window, like 4 lakh tokens, 1,28,000 tokens, the GPT-4o. Now agent. What is agent? Now you understand so far. Whatever LLM you're using, and based on that LLM, if you are performing any particular task, right, that become a whole system as agent. For example, you create some sort of program where you are using any particular LLM, GPT-5 or Sonat or any other like Meta, and you are using that LLM to perform a particular task like booking a flight ticket, or maybe booking a train ticket, or doing some e-commerce shopping. So what exactly is happening? You are giving prompt to that LLM to perform something on your behalf, and then that LLM is doing something. So the whole system becomes as agent, right? And that is something in upcoming class we are going to do. We will create our own AI agent, right? That will do lot of job on our behalf. Now, quickly RAG and vector database. So RAG is retrieval augmented generation. That means the knowledge what LLM has, apart from that knowledge, you are giving extra information to that model. All right. So that LLM can hold your data as well and its own data. Now, what happened in that case, if you want LLM to stick to your data only when anything LLM has to reply, so that RAG data helps in that. And that RAG data could be dynamically insert, or maybe you can keep it in a vector database. Like you have some sort of profile. For example, you have your resume and then you have all of your bio data, different hobbies, different profile, whatever files you have. And you create a document, you store in a vector database and ask LLM to read it and keep it in its memory. And give the instruction to LLM that whatever I ask, only reply based on that particular information. That is a RAG information. All right, guys, it's all theory. It's all again. I know it's quite boring. I know sometimes, it makes you sleep, but it is important as well. Now, jump to the practical part. All right, so let's open the OpenAI platform. And I hope you have created the API key so far. Now, what you have to remember, the API key you have to copy paste somewhere, right? As I do have my API key. And same time, I am hoping that you are having your Azure AI Foundry project created as I created in the last class. Give a name of your project, anything. Then you have your API key and the URL as well. Your Azure OpenAI URL and other AI services URL. In this particular example, we only require the OpenAI URL. That's sufficient for us, right? All right, let's quickly go through a little bit theory about or knowledge about this platform so that it would be easy for us to play with it. Model catalog. Now, when you jump on the model catalog, you will find lot of models over here, right? Whatever models currently running in the market, you will get all those. Now, let me click on models. All right. Now you can see announcement. So that means all those model coming or existing in the market, all you can see over here, right? Now this is model leaderboards. Now you understand when there are a lot of models, then definitely some models are good in some category and some models are good in some other category. Now if you click on quality leaderboard, you will find that if you talk about quality, that means the response you are getting, how accurate it is, how informative or how accurate, as I said. So that's make a quality index, and higher is better. So that means O3 Pro, that's having a higher index. O3 Pro is OpenAI model, right? GPT-5 is 0.91. So both are same. Now safety, that means whatever data you are putting in, how secure that is, it is not getting leaked, it is not going anywhere. Based on that, some indexes has been given. Lower is better, so that means PHI 4 is, that is the better one. Same based on cost, throughput. You understand all those information from here. Now moving further, Playground. Now Playground is a place where you can try some of the models and you can understand how Azure AI work and what are the things you can do in future. For example, you want to do the chat, you want to do you want to create any video, images and all. Remember, this all paid, nothing free. All right. So first, going to any particular playground area, we have to deploy our agent. So first, quickly jump on agent part. I have deployed one agent for me, but I'll show you how you can do that. It's very simple. Just click on new agent. It will show you what are the agents you have. On the right side, you can see agent ID, agent name, and the different deployment model. If you are not interested in that, you can click on create new model from base model or from fine tune. Fine tune, that means you just fine tune that particular model by giving some extra information. I told you in the theory, remember? Great. So from base model, if you click on that, you will find all the models which we showed on the leaderboard. See? So you can deploy or you can use any particular model, GPT model, Llama, or any other, right? There are a lot of. I'm not going through anyone. So I have already choose GPT-4 or Mini, which is more than sufficient for me, right? So by default, what it does, as soon as I click on new agent, it created one agent for me. I don't want that, so I'll select and I'll delete for me. All right. So I have one agent, which is enough for me. Now let me quickly jump on Playground to show you how you can do that. Let's click on Chat Playground. Now as you understand the Chat Playground, that means you can do some chatting work with your AI. You can just type here, you can say something, and then it will get a response. Let's do that. Hi there. See, you got a response. Hello, how can I assist you today? Okay. Let's ask a simple question, which we all are aware. All right. As of my last update in October 2000, the Prime Minister of India is Narendra Modi. Wow. So it's giving proper response. Now let's play a little more deeper. Now there is an option, give the model instruction and context. You remember I told you the system prompt, right? So this is the place where you can give a system prompt. That means you want this model to understand only some part. All right. Okay. So I have one system prompt. Let me copy paste. Alright, I added one small line. Please answer only from this information and stick to that and click on apply changes. Continue. Now I'm saying to keep it same. Now let me ask again. Alright, now see, it's understanding only system prompts. It's saying I'm here to assist you with the question related to BBright session video, such as Azure Migrate, Azure Monitor, Azure Networking, and so on. So I recommended checking the latest news source. Now it stick to this system prompt data only, not answering any other stuff. So this is system prompt. Now I hope you understand couple of stuff. There are a lot of stuff over here. We are not going through each and everything. Otherwise, we will not be able to cover few practical sessions in this class. So let's quickly jump on the practical session. All right. So I have open editor, which is a cursor. I downloaded this because it's newly latest launch in the market and gives you some sort of AI feature. As you can see, it has feature of the AI. That means you can ask anything to cursor and then it will generate accordingly. Even though it can create whole application for you, it's very strong and very useful. You can see there are a lot of models already working in it. Claude 4 Sonnet, GPT-5, GPT-4o, there are a lot of models working on it. You just need to give a prompt and then it will create for you. Now we are not going to take help of AI right now. We will create something by our own. All right. So we have some classes, we have some files. Those all are blank for now. Like I created one Python file, Foundry Chatbot, and another Python file, Chatbot, and both are empty right now. We will start writing it from the beginning. All right. There is requirement.txt that is blank, and there is environment environment file which is also blank. Okay. All right. So let's create the chatbot first. So to create the chatbot, first of all, we just need to install the Python package, which is a OpenAI package. So let me write it down here from OpenAI. All right. See, IntelliSense is so smart. It's giving automatically the answer. Import OpenAI. Now, very quickly, let's write another package dot environment. Import load underscore dot environment, which is very nice. We have to load our environment values. Then one more stuff, which is a Gradio. All right, it knows what I want. Okay, so import Gradio as gr. All right, these three package OpenAI.env Gradio we require to create our first chatbot. But before that, let's quickly paste all three in our requirement so that whenever we will deploy into production, it will take help of requirement.txt so that we don't need to install one by one all the packages, right? It will automatically pick from requirements.txt. So let's use that. All right, now let's move further. Okay, so it understands we want to load the environment variable. That's fine. Now, but we haven't entered anything in the environment, so let's keep that our OpenAI key here. So let me copy paste the environment variable and value. Now you understand, I have given OpenAI API underscore key equal to my key, which I will use to create my chatbot. And I don't need to define over here because this OpenAI package is smart enough to pick that particular OpenAI key from my environment variable. I just need to override and need to load the local environment value. All right. Now let's move further. Now the next part is we want a OpenAI client. All right. So OpenAI underscore client equal to OpenAI. Now one class object we have. Now we want to create one system prompt. So let me copy the system prompt and type it. All right. So you understand this is the system prompt. This is the variable and this is something I have defined. All right. So I added one more line in the system prompt. Please and answer based on the system prompt and stick to the prompt text and don't answer anything else. Now it will help, right, to keep it short. All right. Now let's write a function chat. Then all right, it's very smart. So it's saying message equal to, first I'm just giving a role as a system. So I'm passing system prompt to LLM and any previous message which I discuss about it, then role, and I'm passing my message as a user, right? So it can understand the system prompt and the user prompt. All right. Now write response. All right. And I'm defining that max token you have to use is 300. You can restrict your LLM to talk within limited tokens, not the any higher limit. So let's keep it. You have defined your model as well, GPT-4o mini. Guys, one thing you have to remember, this program I'm designing for OpenAI, right? Not for Azure AI. So currently I am creating a program for OpenAI, then we will create a program using Azure AI key. So you have seen that in environment I have entered the OpenAI key, not the Azure AI one. All right. Now moving further. And then here I'm saying message. Now let me extract the message and then return message.content. All right. So this function return whatever the output of the LLM. Now create a GR, that is the Gradio.chat interface. Alright, it's already given. And in the end, it's giving you the launch option. Very nice. Before going further to run this program, I'll repeat myself and hoping that you have installed the packages OpenAI.env and Gradio, and on top of that you have created one virtual environment for you in the Python. So let me jump on my environment. Alright, so in this virtual environment you have installed all the packages and now you are ready to run your Python script. Alright, class 1 OpenAI, and the file name is chatbot.py. Let's enter it. As you can see, this program is running and giving one URL, which is your localhost URL, right? So let's copy that and paste in the browser. And here we go. So your chatbot is ready, Be Bright Session Assistant. See, ask me anything about Be Bright Session videos. This is the whole chatbot. This is your input box. Now it is ready. We can type. So let's type. Hi there. Alright, now we are getting the response. Hello, how can I assist you today? Regarding Be Bright Session videos. Alright, so it's understand. Give me suggestion on few Azure videos. Let's ask. Alright, so it's fetching all the data and giving all the information, right? And one more try. Is this giving information? No. Alright, so it's stick to the system prompt. And your local chatbot is working in locally. That's great, that's nice, and it was very quick, isn't it? Alright, so let's now deploy the same chatbot somewhere on the cloud. Create public chatbot so that URL you can provide to your colleague, your friend, or anyone, right? So that they can also play with this, isn't it? Okay, so let's deploy that. So to deploy this particular chatbot, we will take help of Hugging Face. You understand this website, Hugging Face, that gives you sort of space or some sort of cloud environment, right, where you can deploy your Python code or your AI agent code. Alright, so this is my account, fine, and you can create your own as well. You can create models, data sets, space, community. There are a lot of stuff what you can do. What you have to do, you have to click on space, right? You have to click on new space, then your owner name, and let's give a name, test chat bot. Any description you want, any license you want, and then you want SDK as a Gradio template. Let's keep it blank because we are going to create. Now remember, this Hugging Face gives you one CPU basic which is free, but if you want to go higher CPU where you can utilize GPU power or more CPU power, then you have to pay some amount. But this is small model, it will work on free as well, so we will keep it CPU basic. We will keep our space public so that we can share that with, as I said, other people. If we keep it private, we can, but again, it's a chargeable amount. So let's keep it public and create space. Now our space is ready. Now you notice one thing, if you create a space, it gives you some sort of GitHub repository account, right? Sort of it created a repository in the background and it's asking to move your code here. So one thing is, like, either you can use this particular, you can do the git cloning, right? And you can push your code over here. Instead of that, my idea is that I can directly create files over here, because there is one restriction, I should say, in the Hugging Face, that the primary file, right, which will execute automatically, will be the name of app.py, and that is a restriction. So let's create a file. Okay, so click on contribute, create a new file, give it a name app.py as I said, and copy paste your code over here. Very simple. All right, commit directly to the main branch. Yes. Commit new file, create.f file, and commit new file to main. All right, now let's create another file. And that file is requirement.txt, which is very important. I told you that in production or anywhere else, the thing is, it will not understand what packages it has to install, and that will only tell by the requirement.txt file. So let's keep it here. Copy your packages, paste it, and again save. All right, now let's see what files you have. Click on files. Okay, you have two files, app.py, requirements.txt. Sufficient? Are you forgetting something? Yes, environment file. Exactly. But you can't keep local environment file over there. What you have to do, you have to use your environment variable key and value, and you have to store somewhere in your settings. So click on settings, just scroll down in the bottom. There is an option variable and secrets. Click on new secret, give it a name, your key and value as a key value. All right, let's paste it and save it. So your file is saved, your key value is saved. Click on apps and let's see the magic. Now as soon as you click on app, it start executing your code in the background. It's taking little time. It's reading app.py file and trying to execute the code. All right, so it's executed, and in the background, your chatbot is ready, isn't it? Be Bright Session Assistant, and same there. Let's try to type something. Hi there. Yep, it's responding. So your chatbot is ready. Let's copy. Let's go in incognito window and let's paste. And see, in incognito as well, it's working. It's taking a little time to load the window, but it is working. See, now it's loaded. And your personal chatbot is ready. All right, guys. All right. So in this class, let's keep it this much only. In the next class, we will talk about Azure AI Foundry, that code, and we will play some more stuff with the Azure AI Foundry code and some other agent work. Tada! Let's meet into the next class.